and so it was set up very well. And it sounds like we have Purple on the line for interview. We can ask him himself. Purple, can you hear us?
Yeah, what's going on, Admirable?
Hey, man. How you doing today? Congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much. So, Ostkaka is I studied his three matches that he played in HPL, and he's very predictable.
Yeah, it seems like you were in his head at every step of the way in the match.
So he tends to lead either handlock or face hunter. So I was playing a rogue list that was with 2 first years and a heal bot and a big game hunter, which pretty much covers all the grounds. Then I knew on game 3 he was going to go Freeze Mage because that's what he's been doing. So I was playing double Kazan Druid. And then game 4, usually on his elimination match, he tends to favor Patron, so I was playing double Ooze Harrison Druid.
Wow.
I just studied him, and there was a pattern, and he's very predictable, so I just hard countered him.
Wow.
That's pretty much drawing up the whole match there too. I was going to ask you about the Keesin Mystic and the Druid deck, and then also the Acidic Swamp Ooze after that. I mean, I'm guessing you took out the Keesins for game number 4.
Oh yeah, there's 2 decks built. One was labeled Game 3, the other one was labeled Game 4.
This is great.
I'm calling you out on that. I want to see a tweet of it.
Yeah, I want to see a picture
right
of this.
Right now, I want to see a tweet of this.
Also, I just want you to do this right now. Tell Admirable why Keesin Mystic is such a great card in Hearthstone. He's shaking his head right now. I know you can't see him.
Kazan Mystic is absolute filth. It's not a good card. But if you know your opponent's going to be playing Freeze Mage, sure, why not?
So,
and it's only good against Freeze Mage. In other matchups, like against Hunter, or even against like Mech Mage, Zombie Chat is strictly better. They kind of accomplish the same thing, but just against Freeze Mage, you'd rather have Kazan.
So I actually want to turn this into a drastic turn from the questions we've been asking recently. Zalay has been kind of queuing up what I would consider a little bit predictably in his matches. Continues to play the same decks over and over. Doesn't have a lot of tech cards in his deck. Talk to us about the preparation that you two take with each other in order to help in these matches, because I know that you guys live together.
Yeah, Zalay's very he's a bit one-track minded, where he's just like, I'm gonna queue the absolute best deck and I'm gonna win with it. No tech cards, nothing of that. And most of the time, I agree with that philosophy. But if you notice a pattern when you're playing against someone like Ostkaka, who's kind of getting a little predictable in his trends, you should just tech. And that's just I don't think like with Zalay's opponents he's been able to do that, because the green sheep brought like a bunch of random decks. His last match was similar. Like he hasn't had opponents that he can prepare as easily as I've been able to, I think.
So about finding the opportunities to do that, and Zalay hasn't had them where you have, you would say?
Yeah, pretty much. We do the same amount of research together, so.
Yeah, we even saw Dog talk about that he had been to your house and saw that Zalay was just queuing Grim Patron Warrior over and over and over and over again, and then used it against him in his match. I want to see Zalay kind of get him. If he ever comes over there again, start queuing up some really bad deck and make him think that's what you're playing.
Well, honestly, it's a long time coming, because for about probably close to a year, I've been Q sniping Dog while he streams with Face Warrior.
That's so awesome.
So it's just a bit of revenge.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. You got to take your spots when you can get them. You certainly made the better of this one, and if you keep this stuff up, we're going to find you in that top 8 spot. Congratulations on your win tonight in HPL.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks. Wow. I mean, he said it himself. You can find pattern. If certain kinds of people have patterns in their play, you can take full advantage of that, and that's clearly what he did.
I want to see this picture, deck labeled Game 3, Game 4. I mean, I believe him, but I still want proof.
Yeah, he's going to change it up in between games and try to get the better of us there. But yeah, I mean, great stuff we've seen from him. He's taken full advantage of the fact that he can go look at players' histories on PvPlive.net and figure out what people are going to be doing.
And you're seeing it turn into wins.
Yeah, and you can do that too. You can head over to PvPlive.net and check out what every single one of these players has been playing and their competitive histories. Just wonderful stuff available on the websites. Full stats, breakdowns, recaps, everything you need to know about these players' histories. That's going to do it for tonight's matches, but I kind of want to cover some of the things that have been going on. Powder looking very strong in his match versus Nyria.
Oh yeah, he looked great. He switched up just enough to really get Nyria. You saw Nyria prepared for aggression out of Powder, and he really punished him for it there. Just great queue ups from him. You're seeing what's kind of becoming a story here every night. Whoever queues up better in the match almost always wins, and that's what's they're getting each other. Like when that happens, God, you get out some free wins from these matches.
Yeah, research and preparation always paramount in those matches. Kaldi also picking up his win 3-2 over Muzzy. That was so important. If we take a look at the standings, see where some of these guys are now lying as far as their records are concerned. Purple, once again, making that headway. He's up to a 66.66, repeating, of course, percent win rate in his matches. And Kaldi, Kaldi and Muzzy both desperately needed wins tonight. Kaldi trying to get back into that winning record and trying to get closer to that top 8 slot. He's batting 500 now.
Yeah, and Powder got himself that win tonight that he needed to get himself a winning record. You saw Nyria and Purple both move up to 4-2 here tonight, really starting to separate themselves. So these guys on the left side, they're kind of pulling away. Guys on the right side, they need a lot more work to get back into this.
Yeah, and Zalay, I think he did fantastic in his match versus Green Sheep.
Absolutely.
Green Sheep, what an effort from him, though. I mean, feeling under the weather for 2 straight nights, having his match be postponed due to server issues.
Yeah, not just the games, but him just Jordan gaming it, going through. You could tell that he felt terrible yesterday and today.
Yeah, I mean, just the weight of the world on his shoulders, and so difficult to compete in spots like that. And it is reflecting in his record right now, but he's certainly not out of it. Can put together a win streak and really turn HPL around for him.
Yeah, he's been doing great in ranked play lately, getting a ton of BlizzCon points online. Hopefully it's going to start translating into wins here in HPL because he needs to turn it around in a big way very, very soon. Yeah,
we're going to take a look at tomorrow's lineup, though. We've got 3 more matches for you, even in the 4th day of the week. Our first match, Super JJ versus Kaldi. Both of these guys now started to mix it up a little bit more. I would say Kaldi's a more control-heavy player, but Super JJ's been in that foray as well.
Yeah, Super JJ, a lot of combo decks out of him. Kaldi, he's been mixing it up a little bit. He's been known as a control player, but he can still surprise you. Second match, we got Kranich versus Show. Kranich really been impressing in his last couple matches. Show looked amazing so far in HPL.
I mean, speaking of mixing it up, Kranich, it's no telling what this guy's going to bring to the table.
He is the mad scientist.
Yeah, he started out 0-2, but now he's 3-0. We've been seeing him streamline his play a little bit more, but continue to have his own flair.
Yeah, he's got the longest win streak besides Dog right now in HPL. And you know what? Dog is playing in the last match against one of my favorite players here in Jab. And God, all these matches tomorrow have great storylines. I'm looking forward to every one of them. One of our real meaty days here in HPL.
Both of the 5 win players are going to be facing off against each other again.
First person to 6.
Jab started out 0-2, but he put in 5 straight wins after that before finally dropping a match. Dog is 5-0 in HPL, and they're
Who
racing.
can stop him?
They're racing to find out who's going to get that 6th win. Maybe Jab can stop him, but I don't know. Both of those players have looked so strong. But remember, that's going to do it for tonight's matches, and we have more tomorrow night. But the show doesn't stop there. You can head over to pvplive.net and follow along with all your favorite players. Their stats, their standings in the league so far, their full schedule, who they're going to play, who they have played, full VODs, recaps, everything you need to know that's been happening in HPL. And remember, Monday through Thursday on this channel, twitch.tv/pvplive at 5:30 Central Time, there's going to be more matches. You can hit that follow button and make sure you never miss a live show. That's going to do it for our show today here tonight at the PvP Live Studios. Thank you so much for watching HPL. I am Nathan, that's Admiral Zamora with the Tan and Grace, and we'll see you tomorrow night for a star-studded lineup.